Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Mike, and today we are going to watch The Star Packer. Um, and this is going to be a random one for me. Like, I know nothing about this film other than the fact that it's being suggested uh, to you guys and bringing in, new subscribers and that sort of thing. It just tells me that you guys are watching this film as well. So I can't see individually what you guys watch, but it does give me an idea of what my audience is watching to have them recommend me for the next step or anything like that. So I thought it would be fun. And given that it's a, Western, and I've only done like one or two Westerns on this channel, maybe I figured it was time to go back to doing a Western here and there occasionally. Um, if you guys want to see the other one I did, it was for a few extra dollars, which I had seen at the time. I didn't know that when I was watching it, but then I recalled something. But that's um, I'm open to doing some more Westerns as well here. Recently. I have my own thoughts and feelings about westerns and stuff like that, but um, we can, if you guys want to know more about that, I can definitely tell you. But at least for the Store Packer, that's kind of what I know about this film, and nothing else other than that it's a western and that it has John Wayne. That's about it. I really don't know nothing else. I I know John Wayne is um, what they call a type actor, or a person that is very suited to the role of being in a western, but that's about it. Um, Other than that, I have no idea what this western is actually about. What what it's gonna entail. Now I could go off of genre specifics and stuff like that, but the you know title itself doesn't really give me much to go off of. And honestly, if you go with the title, I wouldn't expect this to be a um, western film anyway. It could just be a film about anything, any type of genre, any type of whatever. So, but that's kind of my thoughts. But yeah, we're gonna be doing the we're gonna be doing this film today. Just something that caught my attention. So um, we will definitely see what this entails. Um, Without any further ado, let's get into the Star Packer. Waste no time with the title and the main store. I like it. It says the players up at the top there. I paid too much attention to what John Wayne looks like, so I don't really know him very well. I wonder which would be faster, a horse or a canoe.
Two men gonna hold up stage, Coyote Canyon.
But there's been two sheriffs killed at Little Rock. It's our job to find out who did it.
I feel that we should acquaint you with the fact that this vicinity is being terrorized by a band of outlaws ruled by a man whom they call the Shadow. cattle are stolen night after night. He has absolutely no regard for human life.
Just because he stole cattle. Well, I guess if cattle is kind of like the, life source during this time, which it is, then I could see him saying that. That's actually where the term shotgun came from, too. At least that's what I hear is, a person that, sits next to the driver and they call that person, um, that's why we use the term shotgun, because the passenger would have a shotgun next to that person. Now that's impressive upper body strength there.
Don't look back. Drop that gun and keep driving.
Oh. You're too late. A lone rider beat you to it.
Yeah?
Okay, so that kind of confirms my suspicions about whether or not the driver got shot off screen or not.
Well, miss, you had quite an exciting ride.
I certainly did.
First, we were held up by a lone rider, and then shortly after, two men held us up again. And they shot the guard and the driver, and then the horses ran away. And this gentleman caught them, and I'm mighty grateful, too.
Things like this that happen every day.
Every day, and then you get a bullet in the back or in the side.
See that smoke?
You can see it a little bit, yeah.
Bullet came straight on. But from where?
I'll take this job as sheriff. I'm sure those are the hombres that held up the stage.
We're not even sure, to be honest, because we didn't even see who held up the stage to begin with. That's cool. I like that. That was cool.
Keep your eyes on this new sheriff. Watch every move and report to me in the morning.
Cover my trail, Yak. I'm going back for the money bags.
Oh.
One thing I gotta say is that I like the fact that they're using real horses, and the actors are actually climbing on top of the horses too and stuff like that. Um, like they're actually physically able to, do it, and I believe that they're not using stunt doubles is what I'm trying to say. So I do appreciate that. They actually take the time to show you, how to mount a horse if you were to mount a horse. It seemed like he was scrambling with the money bag, so I think somebody else might have took the money. No, it's there. Horse is gonna follow him.
2 men follow. Look through glass.
Ah, well, I figured as much. Here, take my horse and meet me at the express office. Keep this money.
It's empty. Where did he go? I don't know.
Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
I know we got him. He can't get far.
Reckon the express company will be glad to get this money back.
We trailed him and saw him pick up the money bags. Park here shot him off his horse, but we couldn't find him.
This is twice you've gummed things up, so you'd better get back to the hideout and stay there till I send for you.
Gum things up. I like that expression. They're not very good at. They're not very good at. Neither side is very good at hiding, you know, where they're going or what they're doing next. Matlock Ranch.
Loco Frank. He'd cut a man's throat for $1. And Flash Burton, a lifer from Walla Walla. And there's Chuckawalla Red. He's wanted in every state on the border. And Slippery Williams and Spike Morgan. What a nest of hornets. I found the express money near the scene of the holdup. I hope to have the Shadow and his gang behind the bars in a very few days.
You see, my father and Uncle Matt owned this ranch. And 2 years ago, Dad was killed. I inherited his hat. Uncle Matt has offered to buy me out. He says this is no place for a woman.
He says strange things happen here at night.
No harm must come to her, but scare her away tonight.
And don't be afraid to use it.
I won't be. Fine fellow, isn't he?
Yeah. It's too bad that he's sheriff.
Why do you say that? Just because of the inherent danger? Or is there another reason? It's probably due to that, but still. Good on him for keeping the sheriff safe. I'm really glad that he's there. Good way to twist somebody's foot right there. Trying to choke him out. What? No rope? Actually used handcuffs, no rope. Ooh, I like that cut right there. I really do.
We'll be out of here by noon tomorrow.
Yeah? Well, thanks for the information.
Thanks for the information. Oh, that was funny. Can't see anything. It's just so dark.
I distinctly heard a third voice. That's a funny place for a safe. Here it is. It's a fake safe. This must be where the Shadow gives his orders from. Well, this is interesting. It's a tunnel.
Again, can't hardly see anything.
They've hollowed out this old stump. This is where those mysterious shots came from. Through this hole, a man could cover the entire northern part of the street.
I love those type of quilts, especially with that type of pattern on them.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Now my question is, does she know how to reload it if needed be? I'm gonna go with no.
You should have seen these so-called ghosts run when I opened fire on them.
Did you do that shooting?
I certainly did, and I intend to keep on shooting. You know, Uncle Mac, I've decided not to sell.
Don't worry, it's empty.
I wouldn't have told him that. I honestly wouldn't have told him that it's empty, to be honest. Make him fear a little bit for his life.
He had men covering his trail. We couldn't get near him. I personally will head the boys into town. Machine gun will be under the straw of the covered wagon. We'll cover one end of the street and the boys the other. We'll take the bank for a cleanup. You'll take your position in the stump.
Take off your hat. Put this one on. Take off that scarf.
Look where you come out. Wait, you got just one chance to live. Who's the Shadow?
Oh, don't shoot. I'll tell. I'll tell. It's...
We just missed the Shadow, but he's coming back, he and his gang. They have a machine gun and they intend to wipe out the town. Pick up all the men you can and let every rider wear a white cloth around his head so we can distinguish ourselves from the outlaws.
The night your dad brought your uncle from the east was the night this man and his gang raided the ranch. Both your dad and uncle were killed. He took all your uncle's papers and his clothes and passed himself off in town as Matt Matlock.
We'll let them get by us and then attack them from the rear. Now everybody scatter and stay hidden.
It is a bit hard for me to follow, to be honest with you guys. Mainly because everyone looks the same, at least the sheriff and the two guys. At glimpses I get, I can tell who's who. And stuff is just because everybody looks the same and they're wearing the same type of clothing, so it's kind of hard for me to tell.
Put her in the wagon, Pat. I reckon the sheriff won't do much shooting with her in there.
Oh, the gang stole her. Wonder if they're gonna portray it accurately or if it's gonna be like, automated instead of like little spurt, little burst. He's giving a signal.
Stand ready, men. They're coming.
Okay, so the white bandanas are wide enough to actually identify who is good and who is bad. So much for that area that is not going to shoot at the wagon. And did the guy just die with the machine gun? I think he did. Yeah. That was kind of cool. Lost his white bandana though. Oh, the canoe comes back into play. I like that. I guess that works.
Hell now, what's happened to you, young fella?
Daddy, now you are.
Jack and Papoose have high use skookum fun.
All right, guys. Well, I want to talk about the Star Packer being one of the first John Wayne films. Say one of because I can't remember if he's in a few extra hours, which is up on the channel. But I actually enjoyed that more than I thought I would. I know in the reaction it doesn't seem like I did that much, but editing it and then what I can realize when editing it is he's kind of like the first anti-hero. And the reason why I say that is because the original sheriff gets shot and then he takes over, but at the very beginning of the film he basically steals from a coach and then he gets robbed again, but he basically steps into the sheriff's role when they get shot. So it's kind of interesting that they were already thinking about anti-heroes and that sort of thing, at least to me. And it's funny that it's in a Western, but it fits within a Western. So there's that. The other thing, too, that I find very interesting is that they do have a 19, which I cannot make out at all. So I didn't see like anything at all to be with that 19 at all. Like, I don't know if you guys can see better on your screens or not, but I just could not see anything when they were doing something with the stump there. So come to find out after doing the reaction, they actually have a colorized version of this film. Um, they went back and basically colorized the film that way you actually could see it, and I think that's just part of updating technology and stuff, and it would be a cool film to do. Just like when um, DVDs went to Blu-ray, you saw a lot of old DVDs getting the Blu-ray treatment, as I'd say, just so that I have something to compare it to. Um, you know, I'm not saying that isn't the case, but it sounds like that they just really loved that film and wanted to colorize it, because not every single film, I would imagine, got colorized when that time came to do um, colorized. And if you guys watch the video, which I know most of you have, um, there you'll actually see this is the black and white version of the film, and I'm glad that I watched that. But yeah, it just kind of surprised me, because what we have here is um, an basically an anti-hero situation. And for being 1934, I thought that was pretty interesting. Um, the other thing I liked about it too is they actually show you the actors getting on and off horses. I think that's kind of cool to see that stuff, and it makes just a lot of sense in just in that kind of context. So that was kind of cool to see. I still think when we get like a uh, uh for some reason I want to say medium shot, but I know that's not it. But basically, when we see them um, uh, chasing down, and we get a close up of them, kind of full body, and them on the horse, and the horse is running. I think they're doing it against like a track, a wall, or something like that, where the background can move in the background, but they're not actually there on location. It's kind of like Shrek 2 in a sense. When you have the opening of Shrek 2, you have Prince Charming narrating what he's doing, but then it kind of cuts away from that, because he's like having the background move while he's on a stable horse or a fake horse, but the horses are real. It's just that in this case, the horses are real, and that I think they have like a background thing moving when they're in a specific shot, uh, a specific type of shot. At least that's what it looks like to me, anyway. Now, when they're, you know, when you have a wide shot, you can definitely tell that they're, on location and they're riding to some place, and you have those shootouts and stuff. You can actually tell those extras and stuff. So that's not against the scrolling thing. I forget what it's called. That's why I'm calling it the. I actually forgot what it's called, so forgive me for that. I I honestly just forgot what it's called that they use. Um, it was widely used in like the 30s and 40s and stuff. Just can't remember the name of the technology that was used. The second thing uh, is I actually did see this one. That's why there's not first time reaction to it in the title, because I actually had to watch this in order to graduate uh, from film school. So I actually had to watch this film. I just didn't remember that at the time during the reaction, but I thought, after editing it, I'm like, you know what? I've actually watched this one before, because it was going to be a first time reaction until I remembered that I had actually seen this one. Had a professor that actually liked to watch a lot of Western. He was also the same one that I had to watch a few extra dollars for. That one I didn't remember at all until after everything had posted and after, titles and the video was already up there for a couple weeks. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it because, um, because it has first time reaction all over it and that sort of thing. But not with this one. This one I actually have seen before, and I remember seeing this one. It took me quite some time to actually remember that. Went towards until the very end um, of the film that I remember watching it. Um, and like I said in the intro, the reason why I wanted to watch this one was just because it seems like a lot of you guys were watching it already and stuff like that. So I kind of just wanted to give my 2 cents now. So that's kind of why I chose to watch it, honestly, too. And it made me think of another Western that I actually grew up with, too. Besides Star Wars, of course, but Star Wars is a mash of Western and sci-fi. But anyway, the other one has to do with can't think of his name right now. I want to say he had blonde hair back in the day. He was with Jackie Chan. Um, Owens. He was most recently in that I've seen last was the Loki series. He's in Night at the Museum. Um, Big part of my childhood. That actor. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic here. Gonna bring it back in just a little bit for you. Um, but yeah, John Wayne is a name that I've always heard. Um, John Wayne. There's another one that it escapes me. That's another big star, but he was mainly like typecast and stuff like that, um, and so um, you know, really like this one just because of that turn right there. Uh, as far as that goes, I wish the film was a little bit longer, honestly. Um, but again, it's 1934. So you're asking for something that, I'm asking for something that, you know, is established, but also I, I wanted more something that is akin to, I guess, what you could say for modern audiences, and that's just not fair to the film at all, because the bones are there, the structure's there. It's just that I think the reason why this became a cult classic is because of that anti-hero stuff. Um, that's to say, I haven't seen too many westerns made around this time and a little bit later, so I have no idea how common it was to have an anti-hero. But I think that's what may have propelled it to cult status, at least for this film. And of course, John Wayne being in westerns is just kind of par for the course because he was kind of typecast in that role, and people like to see him in that role. So um, they, you know, there you have it. Um, but yeah, I'm down to do another western, either with John Wayne or even the other actor that's really famous for um, other roles. Can't think of his name right now. Um, that would be around this time. That's a little bit older as well. Um, but yeah, I really did like this one once I found out about the anti-hero stuff. I know I keep going back to that, but it was just amazing to do so. I wish there was a little bit more with the gang and the people that were in the gang. Whew. Excuse me there, guys. But yeah, I just really liked it. I wish, like I said, I wish there was more to do with the gang and the Shadow overall. We saw who the Shadow was. There wasn't like a dramatic reveal of who the Shadow was, which is another thing. And again, I'm getting into stuff that I, personally would have liked to see, or, what would best, kind of with my modern sense of what a film should be, and I shouldn't do that. So, but yeah, overall, I really liked it. Let me know if there's another Western you guys want me to check out. Like I said in the intro, I have my own feelings about Westerns just because I think they're a little bit too predictable for me, to be honest. But I'm down to check out, more Westerns, more John Wayne, more other actors that are associated with Westerns, like Sam Elliott and the other guy, Roy Rogers, but I think that might be a Die Hard thing. Anyway, I'm getting off subject again. Do consider commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. And thank you for your time and your patience while getting this one out, guys. Like I had made a community post. I was just sick. Plus making preparations to move in July, which I'm actually doing that at the moment. There will be more details about that in July, and when I have more information to share with you guys about that. But again, just want to thank you guys for watching, and consider commenting, and subscribing. And again, thank you for your time and your patience. Really do appreciate it. You guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.